I'm hoping that Scotty will come to town, or that I'll get down to Nashville or something. I haven't seen him for years, and when he was a customer there at the store, we were probably as good of friends as I was with anybody in Memphis at the time. It was really remarkable. Every time he'd come back from out in California, he'd come down to the store and we'd go out to lunch, or he'd spend the afternoon there, and it was neat. He was a good friend.
Well, that's great.
As was Luther Perkins, if you know Luther.
Yes.
He was the guitar player for Johnny Cash. I did him a couple of favors, and several years in the month of December, they never worked in December, and he would come down to the store and do anything that needed to be done. He'd sweep the floors, open shipments, clean up the stock, anything. And he worked down there all day long during the month of December, just to be around the instruments and meet people. Never would take any pay for it. And the guy was marvelous.
Did he buy that telly off you?
He bought the Esquire.
The Esquire.
And a Fender Champ amp. That's the one that. Well, what I did for him, he was going to make I Walk the Line and whatever other thing Johnny did. And they had their session set up at Sun, and we had repossessed his guitar and amp because he was falling behind on the payments. And he came in, he said, "Sid, if you could just let me have that guitar and amp tonight, I've got to cut a record," as they used to say, "and I'll do whatever you want." And I says, Luther and I had known each other before. We both worked for Illinois Central Railroad Company right after we got out of high school. And I said, well, what does it amount to? I told him that I would let him use the guitar that night, but he'd have to have it back down to the store by 8 o'clock the next morning, because the boss came in about 8:30, quarter to 9. And he was waiting for me when I got there at 8 o'clock the next morning, and he was grateful to me until the day he died for that, man. It was a nice thing. We were good friends.
Now that was I Walk the Line, do you know?
Yeah, I Walked the Line, and what was that on the other side of that record?
You got me.
I don't know what it was, but it was when he recorded I Walked the Line. And he does it thumpity-thumpity-thumpity-thump.
Right. He had an interesting style.
Yeah.
I loved his playing.
Well,
Marty Stewart owns that guitar now.
What?
Marty Stewart owns it.
Oh, is that right?
The country star.
Yeah, after he bought that guitar, then Fender started giving him guitars after that, I think. And he was a good guy, though. He recorded Wabash Cannonball down there at Sun. And according to Jack Clement, who was the engineer at that time, he said it took him 8 hours of Luther's playing to get a 3-minute recording of Wabash Cannonball. So it was, he wasn't a very good guitar player.
Yeah. Well, he had a definite style.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he would play along for about 4 or 5 measures and make a mistake, and they'd put that on tape, and then they'd start over again, and they'd get the next 3 or 4 measures. It took him all day long to get one single recording out of that tune. So, but he was still a hell of a good friend and a good guy.
Cool.
And people that actually thought he was the world's greatest guitar player.